to the Arya Bark Podcast hashtag March Knitting Challenge 2024, day 24. How are we all doing? I hope you're well. I missed a day. I think the last video went up. Did it go up Saturday? Sunday. It was recorded on Friday. On Saturday, I had a day and a half on Saturday. Obviously, my challenge is to knit 4 pairs of socks in 4 weeks. I have done 3. I'm very, very proud of myself. I think I should say what socks I'm working on, shouldn't I? I'm working on the Rhinebeck Roomies by Litton. And I'm showing you the wrong side. As you can see, I have separated them off. Obviously, I've done Friday. I split them off. Actually, I've done a wee bit of work on this one. I think I've put a couple of repeats in. Obviously, I have finished day 2, which was yesterday. I'd got halfway up, pretty much halfway up yesterday. And for every row I put in, I had to take back 3. Wee bit of an exaggeration. I would work away on it. Obviously, the pattern, I would just like to point out, this pattern is not difficult. I don't know what is wrong with my brain. From row 2 to between row 2 and row 3. Actually, no, because I muck up row 1 as well. It is a paid for pattern on Ravelry. It isn't that expensive, to be honest, but it's a couple of pounds. I think it's about $3-4, something like that. I will leave how much it actually is up above. It is not the world's most complicated sock. However, I purl when I should be knitting, I knit when I should purl, and this thing's in and out like a fiddler's elbow. I would like to point out, I am in no way not enjoying the pattern. I'm more frustrated at myself. I know I have done far more complicated patterns and literally whizzed through it. I just don't know why this sock pattern will not stay in my head. I have completed the work for yesterday. I split them off because I thought, oh, bees are just working on one sock. Because it was always bee sock 1 that has the problem. I was sock 1, which is this one. Working on it 2 at a time, when you get back round to here and you realise that you've done it all wrong. I did start dropping stitches and it would leave the stitch baggies. My purl stitches seem to use a lot more wool than what a knit stitch does. So when I'm having to take out purl stitches that shouldn't be there, the stitches don't look right. I decided round about here that I was going to split them off into 2 separate needles. What I have done is the other sock that I was working on Friday, I decided that, no, I'd got that up to how long I needed it. I put it on a 9-9 circular to do the cuff, and I knit the red lace. Now, I have Chowgoo red lace on this one and a high sharp on this one. I thought I was starting to prefer these. I'm still preferring this one. On this pattern I'm preferring the high sharps. However, on a vanilla sock I kind of prefer these, which is a tangent that didn't need to be there. Today I have done the 4 repeats to finish off the leg. I've worked it exactly to pattern, or did I? Yeah. I've worked it exactly to pattern. Do I think this is actually smaller than the other socks? I could technically at this point try it on, but I'm not going to, because it is what it is. It's a teeny tiny tad. It looks at a teeny tiny tad bigger than the broken seed stitch socks. obviously this is without it being stretched, so there is every chance that could drop down. It's fine. It's a sock, let's be honest. It's no anything major, it's a sock. I love that stitch pattern. Absolutely adore it. Does it completely show off the stitch pattern? No. Do I actually mind? No, I don't. I do, however, love how this is working up. I'm going to put it, no, I'll leave it where it is, because you can see it is lush. This is YarnNYarns. Oh, that reminds me. This is YarnNYarns. It was the year of yarn for January last year. I would like to say a massive, massive thank you to the gorgeous Sue, who very, very kindly reminded me that I rewound this ball. Obviously I ripped it out, which has twisted it. I'd already split it off into 2 separate balls, so this ball had never ever been started because I was doing it one at a time. And then I realised there would have been a problem trying to get them to match. So, this ball hadn't been touched. This one had been wound twice. Now, there's the twist that gets added in as you're knitting on it. Add in the fact that I wound this 3 times. I wound this ball. Wound it once to put it into 100 grams, then I wound it again to split it off into 250 grams. Then I wound it again when I ripped this sock out. And I can't even remember. At some point in between casting these on last year and February, March this year. Sue, I can't even remember how the conversation went. However, Sue did part some very, very good advice that when you wind yarn on, you need to wind it in the opposite direction when you're splitting with it. That way you're not going to add an extra twist as you're winding the ball on. I have been doing that ever since Sue told me. I didn't do with this. So I do think that a lot of the problem with this sock is that there was just far too much twist in it. I did kind of dangle my sock. I literally held it like that. As you can see, there's a wee bit of twist in it. I'm not going to do it too much. However, it was proper spinning. So I do think that was the issue with it. That's why it was so rough. As you can see, still a wee bit of twist in it, which is fine. It is a lot nicer to knit with now that I've got past the part where I was before. Again, it had nothing to do with Monday's yarn. It was me being a muppet. So I have got Friday, Saturday, and today. My maths were off. This marker has been moved. I think when I showed you on Friday, this didn't come to me until late on yesterday, when I was trying to figure out exactly where these stitches were going and how many repeats I was doing. I worked out that I'd done the 20 rounds for the cuff, and I think I'd done 3 repeats, when really I should have done 4. So what I did is I moved it up to the 4, because I did work on it after Friday. I'd put another couple of repeats in the early hours of Saturday morning. However, what I did for Saturday is I did do the proper, it works out about 36 rounds that I've done, and I need to do 36 rounds again. Day 3 is normally when the heel goes in. So, I know for a fact, once I finish the heel, that's me, I'm done. This has 3 repeats, which will be 12, plus the whole heel, which is about 20. It works out about 20-ish rounds. That seems a fair enough place to stop, and then that just gives me the two. I'll do one day to do the majority of the foot, and then I'll do the rest of the foot and the toe on the last day. Or what might happen is I'll just, because it's Sunday today, I've done the heel in one. I do need to get this up to the heel. I don't think, let me just check. I've got a couple of more repeats to do, and then that'll be the work for Saturday done. Now that I'm doing it one at a time, it is a lot quicker. That will leave me tomorrow to do the 3 repeats and do the heel, and then that will leave me Tuesday to do one sock, Wednesday to do the other sock, and on Friday I am literally not touching a sock at all. Obviously it does give me an extra day to play with if I do wake up at some point between tomorrow morning and Thursday and go, I don't want to touch a sock. Or if something happens, it does give me that spare day. But I have got a plan. Obviously I'm doing it on Magic Loop. When I come to the end of the round, I'm checking to make sure the stitches are right, because ripping it out is so destroying. I have knit a fair few socks in my time. It's like, why do you not get this? It is so simple. That's been right depressing. Apart from that, everything's good. There is a running joke between me and Ryan right now that this setting might not work. He may get a boiler room at some point, because I am literally, since getting all my crafts into one space, it seems that the creative juices have flown to the point where I now have a notebook. I have a notebook for knitting ideas. This book is for ideas that I'm having, be it knitting, crochet, knitting, crochet, spinning and weaving. I think I have an idea or two in every section. Yeah. Every single section has 2 or 3 different ideas written down. It's not specifically things that I'm wanting. Well, it technically isn't it? Like for knitting, crochet and knitting, crochet, it's no actual patterns that I'm wanting to do. It's ideas connected with patterns. Like for the count sheet blanket, I do need to figure out how big chart 2 is. That should give me a rough idea how long chart 3 is going to be, and then I can figure out how many repeats need to be done. So there's stuff like that. Ideas for things that I would like to make. Like, what did I have while I was eating my dinner? There was something I was wanting to try. And this is why I have a notebook. My memory is shocking. When I have an idea, I literally write it down. And I have the opportunity to look into it further. Like for use acrylic mini balls to make a C2C linen stitch blanket. Try and figure out if you can actually make the linen stitch blanket, because I'm sure there was a shawl that I tried that was basically linen stitch, and I could not for the life of me get this to work. So I have got a couple of video ideas down for that I can watch. Things like find DK scraps for a Tunisian Pharaoh scarf. Look up different spinning methods, i.e. techniques. It's no spinning methods, it's spinning techniques. I do still have, actually I might need to check that. Do I have a pen sitting, because I need to write that down. I do have craftsy courses on spinning. So under that, what I've done is check craftsy course. So I do have a few of the craftsy courses for spinning and weaving. And obviously my fantastic idea of chain ply and the Stanley yarn. And weaving, that's just checking weaving ideas. Oh, I know what needed to go in that one. Apologies. See, this is where it doesn't work. I know what I'm wanting. I'm going to write something down and it's not even the right thing because it's not called a pegboard. Now it comes to me. I've got it. I know exactly what it was of the Ashford video that I was needing to look at. For the weaving, I've pretty much not done anything else in here since Friday. As I said, once these socks are finished, I will, because I do have another book that's to do with the podcast and vlogs and other bits and pieces. I have got it in there to do a proper, obviously I've still got the list of stuff that's needing done from Friday, so obviously that's still not being moved. I did on Friday night fix Ellie's box. She is currently in her box at the moment. She kept jumping literally for this seat right into the box, and it was literally sinking. The box for my blending board is the word I was looking for. Can you tell it's late at night? I'm useless late at night. I can't hold a conversation. Ryan broke down the blending board box that it came in, and I literally just cut. Actually, I'd asked him to, and before he done it, I literally just took it, ripped the sides off and cut the top and the bottom off. I've folded that over to reinforce at the top of the boxes that Ellie sleeps on, so that she didn't keep, our Amazon box didn't keep slipping. Now, I did have somebody message me saying, why don't you just buy her a cat bed? Because she'll no sleep in it, to be honest. Long time viewers will know we had 3 cats at one point. All 3 cats had beds. Millie, for a kitten, never ever slept in a bed. All she would do is pee in it. Ellie likes cardboard boxes. She does take after Darwin like that. They two were obsessed with a box. Millie likes boxes as long as it's comfy. Like, at night she'll sleep on my blocking mats, so there's a destroyed blocking mat right at the top, so she can't destroy any more. Ellie seems to be really attached to me and Ryan. I don't know if that's because Ellie was Andrew's cat. Given his situation, we felt it wasn't the best idea for her to go with him. Purely because if anything happened to Ellie, he couldn't afford the vet bills. Plus, Ellie is used to having 2 dogs and somebody being with her all day. Very rarely, even if there isn't humans about, there is always other animals about. So for him to take her into a house, and obviously Ellie's 13, for her to be taken to a house where she is the only animal, well, he does have the rats, but to be the only animal, I don't think she would have liked it. She liked it Christmas when she went visiting him. She did spend a lot of time with me and Ryan at night because that's her routine. She sleeps with me and Ryan. Where was I going with this? Beds. I need to stop the tangents. Beds. We have purchased numerous cat beds. Cats aren't interested in them. I have made them numerous cat beds. They're not interested in them. Millie would rather have a box full of knitting to lie on, and Ellie has a blanket that I made for her in an Amazon box, and she is happy as Larry sleeping in that box until I move, and then she follows me like a collie. We were joking last night that I couldn't go to the bathroom because not only was Ellie following me, Patch was following me as well. I never ever pee alone these days. I do want to get her on a slightly more stable surface. I do have an idea that I need to measure to put in there. I'm not wanting the boxes sitting, to be honest. It does make the place look a bit untidy. And don't get me wrong, you're still going to see them until I get the couch and sheet blanket done, but in the short term I could technically get some sort of material to put up there so nobody sees it, but I'll leave it as it is. And I want to say, well, actually do it? Probably no. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm perfectly happy with it. However, there are bits and pieces that are getting added to the list. Obviously I need to go through the yarn and get that organised, because I do need to make sure that there's room for the 3 bags of yarn that I found and the pretty much full big is that B&M? Yeah, the massive B&M bag that I found that has a whole load of yarn in it that needs put away. Some of that will go into scraps, some of that will go into another box that's purely for, they're a bit too big to be considered as scraps. Like this one, there's about 30-40 grams of that left. I could do something else with that as well as it going in scraps. The My Yarn Corner one's the same. You know what I mean? They are quite big for it to go into a scrap box. I'm not saying that I won't put them into my blankets, because they will, but I could also do colour work with them. I think the plan will be, I'm just going to keep working on the socks. Obviously I'll try and get another couple of repeats done tonight. I will try and get the heel put in tomorrow, so that'll be Monday. On Tuesday I'll do one foot, and on Wednesday I'll do the other one, and that'll leave me an extra day in case I need to do whatever. I may possibly in the middle of watching a programme just now on YouTube. I'm watching a video on YouTube. I'm like 3.5 hours in, and this thing's still going. It's like, oh my god. But it's that way. It's like, I'm that invested now. I need to see how it ends. So plan is, I will do I'll do the other 2 repeats, see what time it is at that point, and then I'll probably just go to bed. If I get the 2 socks finished fairly early, so we're looking at some point on Wednesday. I think the point will be to tidy up in here. There's bits and pieces that are sitting that's needing put away. There's bits and pieces that need to be organised, to be honest. I'll do that, and then once the craft room floor has been cleared, I think the plan will be to figure out exactly, so I don't forget, because my memory is shocking. I need to fix the hexie blanket chart, and that is going to involve the Tunisia miter blanket to figure out what ones of went where. I'm going to go. Sorry, this is kind of short and kind of boring. I have, however, made progress on my socks, so my shape's showing you its bum. So I have made reasonably good progress on it. I do think I'm going to be able to catch up now that I've managed to split them off. I'm going to put this away. So I'm just going to do the final couple of repeats on that I should have done for day 2. I hope you have a very, very crafty evening, day, whenever this goes up, and I will see you back here again soon. Bye!